Hi folks, Dino Bob here, back in Dinosaur Coast Park. And today we're continuing with the Jurassic expansion. Well, actually we're finishing off the Jurassic expansion, at least for a while, with a predator, and it's Torvosaurus going to be in here. We're starting at the elevated viewing for the Brontosaurus habitat, walking back along the path that one would come in on, and taking a side branch over these wooden platforms to this other open air viewing area, or semi-open air. We're going to go through the arch, and you can see three paths, two sets of stairs down on either side, and a ramp in front of us to give three separate places one can look into this habitat. We're going to go down the ramp, which is the highest of the three, out and take a look at the middle of this environment. You can see a baby running across to the water right now, but it's a very open habitat here, and there's a reason for that. Torvosaurus is not the animal I wanted to put in here, but we have not gotten Allosaurus yet, and without knowing what kind of vegetation level Allosaurus is going to preserve, I didn't want to spend a lot of time putting a lot of vegetation in. So it's just the minimum to keep Torvosaurus happy. I've done Torvosaurus a lot in the parks for my Jurassic Predator, since it's the only one we really have, for the late Jurassic anyway. And however, I made the choice to use a skin I don't normally use for this one. And the baby just came ashore after another swim. This one seems to do a lot of swimming. Anyway, we are going to try and chase down the little critter, and see, back in the water again. In the background, you just saw a restaurant for this area, and then of course the habitat side of the viewing platform. So yeah, big yawn or squeak, I'm not sure which, but there's the grown-up coming out of its care building. We're going to be taking a look at the care building a little bit later in this video. And you notice that the adult has no feathering, but the baby is feathered, and that's just the way this this animal goes. Torvosaurus also doesn't seem to be really interested in adopting babies. So this animal, besides drinking mud, seems to be one of the category that does not do parental care. So if you didn't catch the restaurant before, there it is in the center. There's a lot of rocks being used to be the walls for this habitat. The idea is, to some degree, it's a predator pit, but it also is a higher security, presumably, than the fences would be, since the animal just cannot cross them. Lunchtime for the Torvosaurus, and we're getting to the point where we go up to take a look at the habitat. And there it is. In the back there on the left, you can see a large storage facility and a couple of produce facilities. And we're now looking at almost all of the Jurassic area for the park. From the aerial view, it's pretty easy to spot because it's all got the earth tone textures as opposed to having grass textures and whatnot. But I'm deliberately not pulling a little bit further to catch the rest of the habitat at the south of the screen, because it will reveal things coming up in future videos that I don't want to reel just yet. But the overall spread of the habitat I'm happy with. I wish I had Allosaurus to put it in, but someday that will happen. And then one could finish it off properly. So a little bit of animal time with sound for our little Torvosaurus in his fuzzy glory. He's gone inside the habitat building. It looked like he was going to stop and take a rest. And then, of course, he got the zoomies again, and out he came. Before we look at the adult, we're going to take a look at that care building. So the animal came out of this gate, but it is not the only place for them to go inside the building. So we're going to walk around this rock and take a look going in at the other gate. So the inside is divided into two pens, and it also seems to have a door that shouldn't be there. I think that was because I thought I would put in a gate to the habitat there and then didn't get around to it. And this is a built closure for the pen's access to the main habitat. Skylights, so the animals have more or less natural light in here. And then the keeper's gate, which we'll go through. And this habitat has open doors. There's the big fake animal come in door. And then the open door, as you can see, is in use by staff who are using this area as a runway to get to the other side of the building. I presume, given that load, that labor is headed for the warehouse. So you can see on the right there's a warning line and bollards. There are some temporarily stored tools and other bits of keeping the operation going here. You can see a ladder up what it looks like to the roof, but it's actually a chance to get onto the ceiling of this care area to a hatch that normally would give the staff access to the roof of the building. So I guess it's a good idea I put in this half wall from the care area with all these laborers coming through with their wheelbarrows full of stuff. On the other wall between the two pens, there are hoses for swamp outs and, of course, the duty board with any notes about the animals or things that need to be done for them. Over here on the left, I have simulated an office. Can't actually get in there, but it would also, the big window lets them check on the pens. So we come out on that little roofed area, and there's a sort of shed arrangement there on the left, sort of a utility storage thing for the staff. We don't have staff paths. The staff don't need them, and I haven't gotten around to putting in some worn areas to represent the path these guys are regularly running to get to the storage facility. So up we go again a little bit to get a look at the building and that hatch to the roof that the ladder comes to. And you can see there's more building, but that's for another day. We're not going to spend time with that today because that's for the next expansion for the park, which will be starting in the next video. Till then, though, we have some Torvo time, which means we're getting toward the end of this video. If you've been enjoying it, hit the like button, please. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It'll get this channel out to more people, and it will help spread the word about Prehistoric Kingdom. Now, he's doing a nice job of stalking around the habitat. You can see his blood pumpkin is on a slightly elevated area. The idea here is that would draw him over here where people who are sitting in the restaurant could get a moderately good view of him. Most of the predators are still mostly just wandering around and roaring. There's really nothing for them to hunt, so I guess that's what they're complaining about, maybe? I don't know. But he's a good-looking fellow. This is, of course, the model after the devs did the recent update on its conformation, which was a side effect of bringing ontogeny in to do the babies. It brought them to some of the animals, and they did tweaks to some of them, and Torvosaurus was one of them. It's a little bulkier now, not quite so lanky. And all in all, a pretty good theropod. So that's pretty much it for today. You all take care, be kind to each other out there. Hope to see you in another video. Till next time, this is Dino Bob signing off.